Okay guys, I haven't done a video in a little while. I thought I would show the state of this room. In my previous video, there was a large piece of exercise equipment over here in the corner. It has been dismantled. I have one more piece need to get out of here. But it has been dismantled and carried downstairs to be picked up and or disposed of if that pickup doesn't work. This is the stuff I have for the van. And I began to think, God, this is a van. It's not a semi. Why have I got this much stuff? And then I realized that actually this is not large in execution. It's just large in viewing it outside the van. Now this is my sound box. I will put a video to that down there. This is basically a sound muffler that I'm planning to use for the generator over here, the wind generator. The yellow generator over there. There's a smaller generator there as well. It doesn't take up much space. But when I began to look at it, these actually do. This stuff actually doesn't take up any room. The reflectix I'm going to be putting on the wall and the ceiling just as a first step. There's also going to be other layers of insulation. So don't nobody give me crap about using reflectix, because it's just going to be the first shell of a deeper implementation. So that's nothing too big to worry about. Now these containers, they may or may not go. If I do use these containers, what they do is they would replace furniture. Of course, the sound box. I'm going to have a trailer hitch ramp or rack in the back, because, in case you don't know, any using a generator inside a van or any very small enclosed space, like I've said before, is basically creating a gas chamber. So unless you feel like you really need capital punishment, that's not a smart thing to do. So I will not be starting these generators in any enclosed area, house size, let alone van size. So they will have to be outside on a rack when being utilized. I've got some Velcro over there, some 10-pound test Velcro. I'm not sure how that would handle vibration of the road, but if I do use that, I would use it for something that would not break if it failed. The Dometic refrigerator, I've already showed you that. I'll put links to some of this stuff behind me, the stuff that I feel like might interest somebody to do further investigation. Over here in the corner, a pile of junk. Now this Coleman stove, which is propane, will take up space, but it's just the way it is. As will the little buddy heater at the bottom. The buddy heater at the bottom will also take up space. So that will take up space. This bed, I'm thinking about this bed. I'm not sure if it's really going to fit what I need. I'm thinking, I don't want to really build a static bed, because to me it takes up so much space. But it is a source of storage, sort of. So, along those lines, it's a good addition. A static bed, but I just don't want a static bed in my van, no matter what the size. I want something I can get up out of the way. It might not even be practical, but it's what I want. And back here, like I've told you before in some of the other videos, those are solar panels. So those will not be taking up any space, really. These are flexible solar panels. They'll just be glued to the top, or velcroed, or pasted, or whatever. So those won't be taking up space. As is this Max fan, it will not be taking up space at all. It'll be above the ceiling, and I've got to cut a hole, etc. for that. So that's not going to take up space. Now here you see bits and pieces. These are not actually really space hogs. There are cargo nets in here that are basically, you can stick them anywhere. There are some other things in here. There's a hand pump for the basin that I would have to mount. That would take up space, but that's things you expect. And so it's not really, and like I said, I will probably not be taking this lower container, maybe not the upper container, but if I do, they would just simply replace a piece of furniture for the time being. In any case, I still have some stuff to get rid of. These cargo bars, I've told you before. I was thinking about using those as a rack for some cargo nets in the back. Those will take up almost zero space. as well. They just suspend between the sides of the vehicle. Hopefully a Sprinter van or large van where I can stand up reasonably tall. I'm 6'2.5", I do not want to be bowing down or scooting in and out of my van like a capsule. For younger men and for people who don't bother that, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I want something larger for myself. And I am thinking about, if I do get a larger van, I do have the alternative of putting a shower in there. So I thought I would show you that my storeroom is now basically empty, except for this old monitor over here. That's actually from my company. We signed out and we're responsible for those. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I need to return it, but it's so difficult to return anything that you just hold it until they ask for it back. And that's a piece of exercise equipment. I don't know when I bought that. Pointless though. And I will be contributing that to Goodwill or something. Hopefully they can get a buck or two out of it for somebody. So that's basically what I've got here. I just want to give you a quick look. I hadn't done a video in a while, and I thought I'd better give people an update. I told you before, this is my dryer. My big dryer died on me. I'm not going to get another dryer and be forced to get rid of it. So I'm just going to dispose of the other dryer, which is going to require assistance and probably a buck or two to get out of here. And just get it out and scrap it, or if somebody can fix it, that's fine. They can take it with them, but I need to get it out of the house. And you see this barbell down here, and there's a lot of crap down here. Most of this stuff, the smaller stuff here, could be is an ab roller. That's a, I don't know, push-up thing. I'll just contribute those to Goodwill or some other. Hopefully somebody can get a buck or two out of it. Like I said before. Somebody gave me crap, says, well, all that stuff ends up in a dumpster. I said, that's all right. I'm making the move that I believe that gives it the best chance of being utilized by somebody who may or may not need it. But at least the money, if it does generate money, will go to somebody's well-being. Buy them food, buy them housing. I really don't care. If I give away something and don't make an attempt to at least get something from it, not for me, then for someone else, then it really doesn't serve a purpose. All right, that's a quick look, and that was a much too long, but I hadn't done a video in a while, so I'm a little wordy. I've got to empty my dryer. These things are pretty cool, by the way. They make your clothes wrinkles all get out, though. See, right now I've got some pants in there, but they do air dry them. You got to be prepared to do some ironing, though. So if you ever do need to get a temporary dryer like I'm using that one, then that's not a bad deal. In any case, that's all I've got, and I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'm going to get a chance this weekend to get out and do some detecting, but it has gotten colder. Not that I don't detect when it's cold. It's just if it's going to be warm very short time after it's going to be cold, I might wait. But if it's going to be cold for a long period of time, I'll get out there and detect. In any case, that's all I've got, and I will talk to you later. And I really am ready to empty this out and put it in a van. I have a car dealership calling me every moment because I told them I was interested. But it's a Ford dealership, and the Ford vans, the big ones, if they have them, would be relatively recent. And I don't want to spend $20,000 or $30,000 on a vehicle. I'm not interested in being indebted for the next few years. I want something that I can at least come close to paying cash for, or get it done within a year and a half or so. So that makes the choice a lot more difficult. In any case, that's all I've got, and I'm going to discuss that a little bit more. What kind of van do you want? What kind of price you want to pay? And if that price fits your view of what you want to be doing in the future, if you're young, and you can afford it, $15,000, $20,000 for a van that you might be in for 4 or 5 years, not a big deal. If you're my age, then I don't think it's a practical idea. In any case, and by the way, this is another piece of useless exercise equipment that's got to be dismantled and gotten rid of. Or I guess I could. I'm tempted to put in one of those Craigslist, come and get it, just haul it away type of things. But we'll see how that works. In any case, that's all I've got, and I will talk to you later.